The PACT Driving Assistant version 12 offers many driver assistance systems for LFS. First, let's set everything up. You can find the latest version of the PACT Driving Assistant in the LFS Forum. Unofficial add-ons. The PACT Driving Assistant. Download the latest version from Google Drive. Unpack the directory. Please do not move any files from the downloaded directory. You can move the entire folder to wherever you want the PACT Driving Assistant to be installed. If you want to, you can create a shortcut to start the program from a different location. Once you have downloaded everything, make sure that you close LFS. Open your LFS folder and look for cfg.txt. Scroll all the way down until you find out gauge. Replace these values. Make sure you save the file. Keep watching if you want to set up the PACT Driving Assistant with a steering wheel. If you want to set it up for mouse or keyboard use, you can fast forward a few seconds. Let's continue with the wheel setup. If you want the car to brake automatically, please install V12. The necessary file is included in the folder you just downloaded. Either don't change or remember the path where you install V12. If the setup is complete, sometimes it gets stuck at 100%. Do not worry about that. Once it's at 100% for more than 1 minute, just restart your computer. The restart is necessary to activate the virtual wheel driver. Now go back to the folder you downloaded. Open the file controls.txt. First, specify your shift up, shift down, ignition, and handbrake keys here, no matter which controller you use. These have to match with the settings in LFS. If you are a wheel user, you need to change your axes as well. To find them, open LFS. Go to Options, Controls, Axes and Force Feedback. Make sure that you have enabled all controllers in the top right-hand corner. Copy your steer, throttle, and brake axes to the controls.txt file. Then look for the number of your V12 controller on the top right. Scroll through all axes and look for the first axis from this controller. Remember that number and copy it to the controls.txt file. If you have chosen a custom location for your V12 installation, look for the V12 interface.dll file and copy the path into the controls.txt file. If you have chosen to keep the default location, you're all set. As a keyboard user, please specify which keys you use for accelerating and braking. If you use your mouse as a controller for LFS, the PACT Driving Assistant will automatically use left and right mouse buttons for throttle and brake input. Please remember to save the file. Now start LFS, open the chat, and type INSIM 29999 in the chat. That allows the PACT Driving Assistant to communicate with LFS. If you want LFS to open the INSIM port automatically on every startup, open the downloaded folder, select Auto INSIM on LFS Startup, and copy the file to the scripts folder inside the LFS data directory. If you have set up the automatic INSIM, the PACT Driving Assistant will be able to automatically determine when you start LFS and you can open it before you start LFS. If you choose to start INSIM manually, please open the PACT Driving Assistant after you have started LFS. Once you have started the PACT Driving Assistant and it is connected to LFS, make sure it says PACT Driving Assistant active in the LFS chat and that there are no errors in the program window. You can now already use the PACT Driving Assistant. If you are a wheel user and want the adaptive cruise control to work, there is one more step you need to do. Please let go of your controller. Do not touch any button or axis. Open the file ACC setup from the downloaded directory. Please follow the instructions carefully. Do not click into the window. That would interrupt the detection of controllers. Press the throttle pedal when instructed to do so. Let go of it immediately. Then, press the brake when instructed to do so and let go of it immediately as well. ACC setup is finished now. To check if everything has worked out, open the ACC_settings file and check that there are values in there. Now let's take a look at the PACT Driving Assistant in-game. On the left side of the screen, you can enable or disable some driver assistance systems as well as change some settings to match your preferences. These settings will be saved automatically. Green means active, red means deactivated. The PACT Driving Assistant can provide a head-up display with LFS buttons or actual images providing the speed, and several other information such as notifications concerning the vehicle status. Other driver assistance systems include the forward collision warning with different warning intensity levels, a blind spot warning, an emergency assist that brings the vehicle to a standstill in case you do not pay attention anymore, a parking aid that will warn you if you are very close to other players or layout objects. The parking aid only works below 12 km per hour. Selected vehicles can provide very accurate warnings such as Carabus, FZ5 or Boomer 7. The cop aid system detects when your role-play status is cop and will provide assistance relevant for chasing such as a suspect tracker. The forward collision warning will be disabled automatically when in chase. If the program detects a chase, it will turn on siren automatically. In areas with lots of traffic, fast siren will be selected automatically. The automatic gearbox feature enables some cars, including FZ5 and luxury sedan, to automatically shift gears much more realistic than the standard racing gearbox LFS provides. The bus simulation features enable you to have announcements and sound effects on TC City driving servers when driving their bus routes.
This is bus route 1 to East Station via the hills.
Depending on the track and route, different types of announcements with several different voices will sound.
Terminus. All change please.
Next stop, Forest Hill.
The adaptive cruise control is only available for wheel users. It can be enabled by clicking the speed on the head-up display. The car will maintain the set speed. You can adjust the set speed by clicking on the plus and minus signs on the head-up display. If the speed turns yellow, a car is detected ahead. By pressing the brake or clicking the speed again, you can disable ACC. If you press the throttle, you can override the system at any time. Troubleshooting. If your throttle or brake axis gets stuck in LFS, for example because you've closed the program while ACC was active, you can either turn the program back on and activate and then deactivate the ACC, or you can go to Options, Controls, Axis and Force Feedback and reset them manually. If you have other issues, make sure that you have set your keys and axes correctly in the controls.txt file. In case any system annoys you, you can always disable it in the menu. The PACT Driving Assistant is still being developed. If you experience any bugs or if you have any suggestions, feel free to reply to the thread in the LFS forum. Have fun with the PACT Driving Assistant version 12. Drive safe.